Hi, and thanks for tuning in for my next travel story of visiting Epcot's International Flower and Garden Festival for 2023. Everything was very pretty with all the flowers and all the topiaries. I'm going to take you through all the topiaries that they had available, plus all the festival offerings this year. First, I grabbed my free festival passport and thumbed through it because I wanted to check out the English Tea Garden self-guided tea tour, and I wasn't sure how that worked. And then I also got my scavenger hunt for Spike the Bee, little flower. So you just have to, when you find Spike the Bee at those different locations, you put the appropriate sticker on that location. So here I'm doing the self-guided tea tour in England. And they got little signs that tell you all about the different teas. And I don't know why I just filmed my shadow as I walk, but I guess it was because I was happy I was by myself. It was a solo trip, at least for the beginning of the day. My daughter and grandson went over to the Magic Kingdom to spend the day, so I got a chance to really just do what I wanted to do, and I love that. See, there's like a bumblebee. That was my reward after doing the self-guided tour. I was allowed to pick out a little tea bags. Here is Tinkerbell's little fairy topiary area. You're in Winnie the Pooh in England. Little rose garden. And here are some more topiaries. Now we're in the Peter Pan area. We're still in England. And I love the crocodile. I think they always do a good job with him. They do a good job with all these topiaries. It's so hard to pick my favorite. And all those pretty flowers. And there's Captain Hook with Peter Pan. And here I am making my way over to Canada. And of course, these pretty flowers caught my eye. So I thought, since I'm alone, I'm going to catch the Circle Vision in Canada. So I love looking at the waterfall on my way down to the Circle Vision. I always love walking through Canada. And this is another one of my favorite parts, is when you're leaving the Circle Vision in Canada, is this garden area here. I don't recall seeing these topiaries in the past, so I think they're new, of the flying ducks. And here we come along Bambi and the gang. Again, so very, very cute. And all those colorful flowers. Here we are at the first kiosk, but I didn't eat yet because I had a big breakfast at the Art of Animation before I headed over. And I wasn't hungry yet, but I'll come back to it. Here I'm looking for Spike the Bee in the honey garden. There's their food offerings. And I really wanted to try those chicken and waffles. They sounded really good. And a lot of that honey stuff, but I just wasn't hungry yet. So I continued making my way around the world. And this is over by Imagination. And I love these floating gardens, as you can probably tell from me showing them on the shorts. And there's the Lion King gang. And now we have the Figment Topiary. And then I'm going into the butterfly garden. Lots and lots of butterflies. Check out all those chrysalis in there. There's so many, and they had quite a few different houses like that throughout the butterfly garden. So that's a lot of butterflies. Continuing on, and there's Woody and Little Bo Peep. And then there's me walking on a mission to this butterfly that's made out of succulents. Some more of the floating gardens. And over to the right is where the new Moana area is going to be. I think that's supposed to be opening up soon, so that'll be interesting. Now I'm making my way over to the front entrance of Epcot, the main entrance, and they have the new Encanto Topiary this year. And I love it. I really love that movie. I love all the songs. And then here is a pretty butterfly made of flowers. I don't think this one's made of succulents though, but the other ones over by the land are. Also for this trip, I didn't do the Genie Plus. I was trying to save money and I couldn't do the lightning lane. So I was lucky enough to get into the queue for Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought maybe I wasn't going to get a chance to ride it this visit, but I did get in the queue. My boarding pass wasn't supposed to be called until like around 2:30 or 3. So here I'm making it over near Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm continuing on my Spike the Bee scavenger hunt, and this area really struck me because look at the size of that cabbage. And they have miniature pumpkins growing on there. I don't know if you can make them out, but got a lot. I didn't notice the pumpkins at first. It wasn't until I came back. I had just noticed the flowers. And then when I came back and looked again, I saw the little pumpkins. And this is the prehistoric garden. You see Spike the Bee in there. No cheating. And don't worry, I will be eating soon. I'm making my way over to Brunchcot. There's Buzz Lightyear. And here we go. So I got the avocado toast. It was with marinated toy box tomatoes on a toasted ciabatta bun, and it was really good. And it's part of the Garden Graze. So if you get the try the food on that list and you get it stamped, you get a little reward at the end. Then I went over to the Farmer's Feast and I got the Collective Arts Brewing Blueberry Elderberry Sparkling Hard Tea. And it's made in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And it was very good. It was very refreshing on a hot day. I enjoyed that. So with the Garden Graze menu, you don't have to get all 5 of the different foods that are listed on that. You can actually, if you wanted to, you could get 5 avocado toasts, or you could get 3 of the chocolate cakes, just as long as you get 5 items that are listed on that page. Now here in this section, they have like a scent section, so you can go over to the little spots and smell where those holes are, and it'll smell like the flower. So that of course was rose. And then they got like citrus and herbs, and everybody that went over there was handed some free spearmint seeds to grow. So I was pretty happy with that because I love seeds. And I actually ran out of some mint seeds, so I needed those spearmint seeds. And now I'm making my way over to the Odyssey building to eat at the Citrus Blossom. Everything looks so good on this menu, but I opted for the 81 Bay Brewing Company Citrus Honey Cream Ale and the Citrus Baked Brie with preserved lemon. It has marmalade, limoncello, macerated blueberries, and spiced Marcona almonds. It was delicious. And the beer was very good too. I like that honey taste. So in the Odyssey building, you could also purchase a lot of the festival merchandise. Now I'm making my way over to Norway. There's the big troll topiary. I like the trolls in Norway. And there's Anna and Elsa from Frozen. And they had snowflakes as topiaries. And then the cute little pandas in China. I love those. And here's just the water gardens in China. I love looking at them in the lily pads. And then I wanted to purchase crab rangoons in China, but I was stuffed from the things that I ate at the Odyssey. That's what happens. That's the bad thing when you travel alone. So I ended up, I wanted to try the cherry blossom beer, and that is what I got, and it tasted really good. And then they had these little characters of the Chinese horoscopes out for their garden exhibit. I'm the year of the rat. I noticed this big bird, this big white bird standing there. So I thought that was neat. I got to see the wildlife too. Lots of birds. It was a beautiful, breezy day, but a bit hot. Next, there was this pretty water fountain. And then, I'm not sure if you're able to make it out. It's just, I cannot zoom in on the camera, but there is a bunch of birds in those trees way far yonder. I just thought that was pretty neat. I never saw that so many birds in the trees before. Now I'm in Germany, and here's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I just thought that caterpillar on his nose was so cute. And here's where you can board the Friendship boat if you want to take a boat across the lagoon to the beginning of the World Showcase. Snow White and Dopey. The little garden train, so cute. I think it's fun to watch. I wish that I could put one in my garden, but my garden's way too small. Now coming into this section, you want to say, what the kale is that? It's gigantic kale. And this just had so many different vegetables in it. Tomatoes, more of the cabbage, eggplant, and this is on our way to Italy. I always thought this part looks really pretty in Italy too, where they make it look like Venice. And just looking out, you know, crossing over the bridge and looking out over the water of the lagoon. It's very pretty to me. And Lady and the Tramp. And then I went over to America and they had Princess Tatiana from Princess and the Frog, and I love the magnolias that they had over there, and I think it looks very pretty. I like it, and I like how on the back it looks like the stars and kind of like the moonshine. Now on my way to Japan, and they had a bonsai collection. They look very neat and pretty, but I don't think I could do that. So here's the dragon topiary for Japan, and they had a bunch of different little gardens set up. They were mostly water gardens with bamboo, and they were like attached to musical instruments like tambourines. It was neat. It was definitely different, very creative. Over here was the Japanese special garden, so look at all those beautiful hydrangeas all around there, growing nicely in the shade. Now I'm on my way to Morocco, and I'm headed to the Tangerine Cafe to get the hummus trio. It's a traditional hummus, red beet, and black garlic hummus an avocado herb hummus with Moroccan bread and crispy papadum. It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. And here's their spice garden that they had. And I'm continuing my walk. And here is Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog topiaries. I'm continuing my walk and I made it to France. I always love this fountain. And there's Beauty and the Beast. And a little rose garden. And the clock actually ticks there. And Lumiere. And I'm just walking back to Ratatouille area, and there's the Skyliner. Ratatouille was only 40 minutes, but I was on a mission. And there's the Skyliner going over the Ratatouille part at Epcot. Well, now I started to head back, and because I finished my Spike the Bee scavenger hunt, so I chose the plate. And it's just a plastic little plate, and I thought it was cute, so I chose the Spike the Bee one. But there is Orange Bird, Figment, there is a couple, I want to say 4 plates to choose from, and then you had 4 cups, but you couldn't get a cup and a plate. You had to either choose a cup or a plate. So I chose this plate and I already have it hung up at home. But I thought it was cute. So anyways, here's the pumpkins that I was telling you about. And I'm heading back to Guardians of the Galaxy because my boarding pass was finally called. And I'm getting ready to board my favorite ride. There I am. I opted for the picture, and there's Groot. And then my daughter was ready to meet me with my grandson. So then when they came over, we ended up riding all the rides like the Land and Nemo, and there was hardly any wait. It was like 5 minutes to get on the ride, so it was a good thing we didn't get the Genie Plus that day. It's easier to ride the rides at Epcot when it gets into the evening, a lot less crowded. And there's just little ducks flipping upside down. And some more birds as we walked around. And I needed to finish my Garden Graze. So I decided I was going to go to Trout and Trellis, and I got the rest of the 3 stamps that I needed. I got 3 dishes there. So I tried the Boneless Impossible Korean short rib with cilantro lime rice, danmuji slaw, and kimchi mayonnaise. That's what's pictured there. And it was pretty good. It was the first time I ever tried the Impossible meat. I don't want to say that it really tasted like a spare rib though, but I really liked the slaw, and the rice tasted good. But see, like it looks kind of like a meatloaf in a way. It was very soft. And then I got the Impossible lumpia with Thai sweet chili sauce. That was pretty good. And then I got the chocolate cake with black currant, ganache, mixed berry compote, and chocolate ice cream. And my daughter ate it all, and it was so good. And so anyways, my reward was this decorative plastic cup filled with a Dole Whip, and it was supposed to be like lime and mango, but I thought it tasted a lot like a lemon cello type of taste. It was lemony and no alcohol in it, but it was delicious and very refreshing on a hot evening. I then treated myself to a Mango Loco margarita in Mexico, and then we went over and watch the sunset on the lagoon near China and made our way to Germany. We're in Germany now, watching the sunset. We grabbed a bench and we're gonna just park it there until the fireworks start. So it's a good idea. You might want to buy a pretzel or something. You could eat that while you're waiting for the fireworks to start. And then if you can see Spaceship Earth across the lagoon there's lights going on, and I heard, like, I think it's every 20 minutes they are doing a special Encanto songs and stuff, you know, with shapes and lights on there. Unfortunately, I didn't get to hear it because we were across the way and we were riding the Skyliner back to our hotel, and my feet felt like they were fractured from walking all day. I have to get some more. I probably have to buy new tennis shoes. But I thought the lights looked pretty. And finally, the fireworks started. Background, I don't know if you can see it down on the lower mid section, that's the Disney fireworks going off at the same time. So you get a treat, you get to see both of them at the same time. So I know this was a long video. I'm gonna end it here. I'm not gonna make you watch all the fireworks, but I just wanted to show you our day, or my day, at Epcot's International Flower and Garden Festival. I did this all in one day. We drove up there that morning, so we woke up at 4 a.m. and I got into Epcot around 10 a.m. We didn't get back to the Skyliner until 9:30 p.m. and it was a long day. So I think in the past I've been able to stay a little bit longer, so when I do that, I do spend half a day at Epcot, and then the next day I spend the whole day at Epcot, so I have enough time to see everything. I didn't get to do any of the other Circle Visions. I didn't have time, but my day was fulfilled. I got to see everything that I wanted to see, and it was a nice time. So anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye!